New York, New York. Black Sin Cafe is hosting a little different kind of clientele right now. Still just waiting for that opening bell to ring, but before that happens, Josh Rain has asked for Vincenzo Gognetti to do something about it, and Mr. Silas has thus been invited to give a certain unassuming door a little knock and come over for a visit with the bookkeeper.
Right now, Hop, like I said to you before, we've got a lot of other specials floating around New York. This is one of them. They're usually all right. Just kind of treat them like you would anyone else.
Question. Hopper's got medium. Are there a lot of ghosts around here?
Oh, there are quite a lot of ghosts. This is, to anyone who could see in the Shadow Realms, this would look like a old speakeasy. However, you'll just hear the discussions you'd expect from a ghostly speakeasy.
Yeah, he's not used to ghosts. He might have medium, but he doesn't know he's got medium. He's like, he's got a lot of fucking people around here, doesn't he?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, suppose he's got to have staff or something.
Yeah, it sounds like they're having a good time with their staff.
Well, opening night, I suppose.
Okay.
Well, keep an ear open and knock, Dudley, knock, knock, knock.
The unassuming door is opened by Vince himself after a small check. Oh, Mr. Silas?
Evening. This is my friend of mine, Hopper, who will be joining us.
Yeah, that's quite all right. Please come in. I'd offer drinks, but I don't think you're much for coffee.
Yeah. Hopper, why don't you have a coffee?
Sure thing, Mr. S.
What kind of a coffee would you like? We have a barista who swears it's an art form to make a coffee, so...
I'll leave them whatever their whim fancies.
All right. The area is the insides do not reflect the outside. The inside are actually a little bit smoky dark wood, actual oak and leather, and there's even a grand piano in one corner.
Are there many people in here? Like actual living people?
Except for the barista, it's all empty right now.
He's not saying anything. Hopper's just looking a bit confused. He's
Hopper
not
can
saying
hear the people.
Hopper can hear the people. Well, he can't see him, so he's thinking it must be some kind of recording or something.
Blissful silence.
Oh.
Not a bad place that you got going here. Oak's a nice touch.
Yeah, brings the drink for the servant, he assumes, and one for himself, a very small cup that has something very, very black in it. Mr. Rains asked me to make this visit happen, so you'll be aware I'm setting up this place.
Good. It really does make things a lot easier when I know about these things in advance. What type of clientele are you accepting?
Anyone willing and able to pay the membership fees.
Good, good.
Considering it's 10,000 for the permanent membership, with a 1,000 on top for the continued monthly payments. So I do not think there's too much of a crowd going to be.
Well,
Hopper's actually leaning in as if he's kind of straining to hear.
you're right there, Hopper.
Yeah, it's just the recording is a bit loud.
Recordings. Is there some quiet background music I'm not quite catching?
Oh, there is background music to Hopper.
No, it must be some artistic thing. I don't entirely get it yet. I've obviously got to soak in the ambience, but all the sounds of people talking and I think sound of guys singing and stuff in the back, just kind of
And
hard to hear.
are they by chance some old songs you're hearing?
Yeah, I've heard a few of them. A couple of old man pubs, that kind of thing.
Oh, your servant there happens to be listening in on something he might not be aware of, I think.
Yes, I think we're on the same page on that one. By the way, stick in the now. Okay. I just wanted to also point out to you that things are a little bit haywire at the moment, so I'll make sure I'm not about people mess around with your new place. But if anybody else does, by all means, use whatever means you deem necessary.
This is one of your internal conflicts, I take it. I heard of it,
You're good.
so that's not
Just letting you know.
that's not something I intend to get involved. But if anyone chooses, elects, I guess is a good word, to misbehave in my little locale, I'll be happy to correct them, no matter which political party they're affiliated with.
Sounds good to me.
I would imagine that would sound reasonably fair.
Yep, sounds perfectly fair to me. How are you finding Queens so far?
A lot more people, a lot less other people. It's nice and quiet, and to my taste, part reason I'm opening the locale here. It would have been a lot more unfortunate if it. I don't see opening such a locale in, say, main hall of the what's the word? In the main entry point to Manhattan, for instance, you would just get swamped.
You'll be dealing with a very different kind of clientele.
Yes, I'm trying to make it certain that people who come in here are properly motivated not to make a scene.
Well, I'll wait for some reviews before I consider picking up a membership.
Oh,
Hopefully.
if getting reviews, I'm doing a bad job.
Oh, that type of place. Oh, I like it.
That's why the door is so unassuming. We're not really advertising this outside of some contacts of mine and some other people's. The intent is purely to... What would be a good way? To have
Appeal to...
somewhere quiet and polite, to have a meeting in relative calm and some securities to your well-being. And this will apply across the board to people such as yourself and people who might have a reason to, humans who might have a reason to hope for a locale such as this as well. Whether it be just to get away from the paparazzi or not.
Okay, well, I can definitely spread that to the right people that would be interested in that type of arrangement.
That'll be welcome. And stated this was, well, Rains asked, and I was happy to do that little favor for him. If there's anything else, please bring it up now.
No, I believe we're good. Like I said, it's easier when I know about these things a bit in advance, and we can go have a little bit of a chat. rather than having people blindly stumbling around.
Fair enough.
Right,
Keep
well,
the misunderstandings down.
there we go. Right, well, thank you very much for the hospitality, but I'm afraid I'm quite busy today and I have to cut the meeting short.
No problem at all. Let me show you through the door. And as it might pertain to your interest, I did advise for the court to lend some assistance to you on those two missing people you have.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
There is probably no perception empathy needed to spot that bookkeeper is in there keeping a lot of information restricted from you.
I know. And there will be easier people I can get that same information from than the damn bookkeeper.
Bookkeeper escorts the people out, closes the door, and Hopper will be one to notice that while the door closed, the noise level didn't go down. In the Shadow Realm, the speakeasy has an open door.
Right. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for this scene, and until next time.